Good YouTube. You know, your boy TSJ, Snipe, all that good shit, you know what I mean? And the good shit is funny because that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Yeah, so if you can see the background, I'm in the bathroom. I was trying to shoot this video a little bit earlier, but I fell asleep. And I've been trying to like do this video, but like I either been like not in the mood to do it. As you can see, I don't make videos as much no more. Damn near never no more. Uh, I was supposed to shoot this video like, damn, how long ago was that? It's basically September 13th now. I would say the beginning of August, end of July, something like that. Last month, a sneaker con. I ain't getting no footage. I barely took pictures because I was just like disgusted. But this gonna be a long video, dragged out. Everybody already that watches any of my videos already know how I get down. I talk too damn much and I try to get everything out. I'm a detailed person. I don't like to just give you run by. I like to give you every nook and cranny. But I promised a video explaining why one of the reasons I don't make too many videos no more. Like I'm still in the sneakers, but I'm not as passionate as I once was before. And like a lot of shit that happened throughout this year that made me like turn away a little bit. One, I don't have that many shoes anymore. I had like about 86, maybe even more. I don't know, but I sold almost a third of my collection. I got literally like 20 something pairs left. I sold majority of them to save up for my car, and I just got rid of a lot of shoes that I just bought for the moment. I literally had so much extra money, and sneakers wasn't as expensive, and I had to connect. Like it was like the best year, I guess, for me for sneakers. Like I had literally bought like 40 something pair of sneakers in 1 year. Unheard of for me. And like it was just a lot of sneakers. Oh, I like those. Got the money, I buy them. But I didn't really like want them. I just got them to get them basically. But anyway, one of the reasons I felt a little bit back on this snipe shit and not like getting everything that I was supposed to. I give one example. I was cleaning out my car yesterday. My girlfriend was driving the car and I was in the glove compartment. I happened to find something that bring back hurtful memories. See these? These are receipts. Let me get a close up so you can see. These are the name of shoes that I had. Air Jordan. I can't even see from here. Air Jordan 4 White Cements. KD 4 Black History Month. LeBron 9 Christmas. Air Jordan 12 Cherries. LeBron 9 Hornets. And LeBron 7 Duckmans. And these are like style numbers, how much I was selling the shoes for, the condition they was in. And this is the place I was selling them at. Anybody in my area that's seeing this right now already know what I'm about to say, but for people who's not from around the Philadelphia area or close by, won't get a clue what I'm talking about. This one. Air Jordan 7, Marvin the Martians, better known as the Barcelona Knights, not the Marvin the Martians that just released not too long ago. They were a size 12, I believe. Yeah, size 12. DS, I never sold a DS shoe ever. And I was going to sell them for $350 because, as everybody know, they was a hot commodity. I tried to get a pair myself, but they sold out instantly. Connect couldn't get them for me. And the only pair I could cop was the pair for my girl. And, like, that was hard to get. I had to pay resale for those. But anyway, this place is a consignment shop. And everybody that watches my videos probably already know what that consignment shop is because I put it in a few of my videos. I always shout them out, and I knew a lot of the people that worked in there when they first opened, opposed to their demise. And with me saying that, you should know what I'm about to say. Well, basically, I've been doing business with them for like almost 2 years now, right? So most recently, like beginning of this year, all them shoes I showed you, I set up as a consignment, and I say maybe like two pairs or maybe one pair of shoes sold like within 2 months of me doing that. And I just never wanted to go pick up a check. I was taking my time with it. And I had added the Marvin the Martians, and like they wasn't moving as fast as I wanted them to move. I thought they was gonna move within a month, and they wasn't really moving. I guess because of the price. And Flight Club was selling for like $10 cheaper, I guess. So I was gonna knock the price down, but then it was like either wait for that money to come or get a quick flip because my brother actually wanted them. And I said, well, look, if you just give me the 190 I paid for them, you can have them. I just go back up there and pick them up. So he kept saying, yeah, but he never had the money. So I said, look, this is what way we're going to do it. If they sell, they sell. If they don't, when you have the money, I'll go up there and get them. But until you have the money, I'm not going to take them out. I don't want to lose money on a potential buy, and you just keep giving me the runaround saying, give me next week. I'll get to you next week. Like, I don't have time for that. So, in a nutshell, it was like a week or two before we was going to SneakerCon in New York City. And I was like, these shoes is taking too long. I might as well just take them to SneakerCon and sell them, because I'll get a quicker flip. Opposed to me, I always go to Soul Control to sell my shoes, because I could get a price that I really want for the shoes, and be sure that I'll get that price, because a lot of people started, like, every time somebody came from a different culture, different area, came to Philly, the only spot to get those high-end Jordans, LeBron's, Kobe, whatever, was Soul Control. It was the only consignment shop at the time, so it became popular, and it became more popular off of Meek Mill. Meek Mill got big. He kept coming back to Soul Control about shoes, bringing in a lot of celebrity friends, and then Wale, Fabulous, so forth, all these celebrities started getting on hit to Soul Control, and like they became a big brand. They became like a flight club of Philly, basically. Excuse me. And then like later in like the years, a lot of the people that I told you that I knew when they first opened, I was really cool with. One of the guys there that like me and my brother really clicked with, talk about some kicks with and shit. We noticed that he wasn't there no more. We started seeing like a lot of other people that we was cool with. And it was one girl that worked there, Chinese girl or Asian, that worked at the cash register. I never seen her again. I'm like, yo, like what happened? And I started noticing that the more and more the good people that we was cool with that left, that wasn't there no more, instead of bringing these other people in, like their customer service went way down. Like it became fucking horrible. I'm like, if it was like multiple other shops, I would have been stopped fucking with them. But the fact that I was making a lot of money with them and they had a lot of deals sometimes, and I don't have to drive away to New York to get a fucking shoe, or like go on websites and pay all these crazy ass prices, I was still dealing with them. But come to find out, it was another sneaker store that popped up on South Street. Go in there, literally every single person that I was fucking with at Soul Control was working there. And come to find out, one of the dudes that I was real cool with actually took his own money and opened that shop because he got tired of the bullshit he was dealing with at Soul Control. And I was in there just looking around, and one of the dudes said, "You look familiar. I think I've seen you before." I said, "You used to work at Soul Control?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "That's probably where you know me, because I used to be in there all the damn time." So I left. So the next time I came back, I brought my brother, and we seen one of the dudes, like every time a new, like when the Yeezys dropped, or when the Galaxy phones, one of them really hype expensive shoes dropped, and everybody will flock to Soul Control. I will always see him with one of the hot releases come in that store with the shit. And I seen him in there. I'm like, yo, you work here too? He's like, yeah, majority of the good people that was there when Soul Control first opened work here now. I'm like, well, what happened, man? Because I'm like, it's just crazy that everybody left, so something's going on. And he was telling me, this was like 6 months before what happened with what I'm going to tell you later in the story. He told me that basically there's a lot of bad business going there. The store owner acting like he's God, he runs them or whatever. Ever since they became popular, he started doing shitty ass business. They selling fakes in there and shit. He said like, I know you probably still deal with them and stuff, but he just said, I'm just gonna tell you, watch your back. And then they they doing the ridiculous prices now because they got celebrities coming in, people coming in with their whole entire collection, selling them to them, and they holding sneakers on the side for celebrities when they could have potential buyers that they just doing business that they didn't like, so they decided to get their own money up and start their business. The store ain't that big, but they getting a lot of traffic going through there too, because you gotta remember, Soul Control is located in North Philly at the Chestnut Plaza, whatever plaza that shit is called. But I never knew of that area until I started going to Soul Control. The name of the other store is called Suplex, Philadelphia. That store is literally right on South Street. South Street is one of the biggest streets to shop on in Philadelphia. Everybody knows celebrity or tourist, whatever. It's a few places that you gotta come see when you come see Philly. You go get a Philadelphia cheesesteak. You can go see City Hall. I don't know about the gallery no more because I heard they closing that down. And they know if you want to shop and you want, I won't say the super high end, but it's a lot of high end stuff on there. You go to South Street, and like South Street's right across the street from Penn's Landing. Then everybody gets those big ass slices of pieces from Sal's Pizza or whatever. So like that's the best place to have a sneaker store because you'll get a lot of attention, a lot of celebrities, a lot of people, tourists that come there, and word of mouth will start spreading. So anyway, I never really paid attention to what he said. I'm like, it gotta be some truth to it because everybody didn't left. So still dealing with everybody. So fast forward to like January, February, whatever time I was supposed to go to SneakerCon. Me and my brother said he got the money. So he rolled up with, he had to go up there with me anyway because he had shoes up there and he had made a couple sales and he had to get his checks. And the thing was, what I do is they never like this is when I sit there. Customer service got shitty. Every time when back then, every time my shoe sold, I got an email or I got a phone call from that girl I was talking about to let me know my check, my shoe sold, and I'm gonna have a check this, that, and for. Just come see them. And like if they took too long to do that, what I would do is always go on the site and check my shoes and see if they not there no more, or I'll click on that size, and if it says unavailable, I know my shoe sold. But nowadays, like your shoe may not be on there, and or they may change the price on it, or they'll add it back on. Like they just like horrible with everything. So with that being said, we went up there to pick up our checks, and I was gonna take all the shoes that was left back out, and we walked past, and like it's this big ass window. I'm looking in, I see them all on the floor, like with all these boxes and like just writing shit down. What the fuck going on? And I look on the walls. I don't see a lot of shoes on the walls. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I like, are they moving or something? So one of the workers was walking past, and we talking to him like, yo, what the fuck's going on? It's like no shoes on the wall like that, and like all the shoes on the floor. Like we can't pick our checks up and get the rest of our shoes that's in. What's going on? And he tells me that they're supposedly moving their shop to another shop, well, like another store, like down the street. They just in the process of moving, and anybody that don't want to take their business back, they gotta set up. We're gonna call everybody, set up an appointment to pick your shoes up, your checks or whatever. I'm like, okay. And like I was already scratching my head, like that's weird because I literally like email them all the time, call them all the time, and go on their site all the time. I didn't hear no mention of stores moving or get an email of that or a phone call, nothing. So or on their Instagram or nothing. Like what the fuck? That don't even make sense. So what happened was I kept emailing, and trying to set up this appointment. Talking about, I'm like, yo, if they closing, like what the fuck is going on? I'm starting to think they closing. So and I'm like, I'm getting pissed because y'all owe me like at least two checks for like $250. That's like $500 plus you got my other shoes. It's worth like all them shoes put together is worth at least $2,000, and the Martians alone was worth $300. Like, come on, like, and I'm getting pissed off. I'm like, that's easy money I could have made at SneakerCon, and like a quick flip I could have made from my cousin. So now I'm getting mad, and we just keep texting. Like this is going on for 2-3 weeks, and we just came to the realization we got fucked. So what I did was I contacted a couple people on Instagram that I know that's real tight with the owner or the manager, whoever the fuck he is. And he basically told me like they closed the shop down because people that was working there was stealing shoes, stealing money. And the dude that owned it is like he fucked because he basically can't really pay nobody back what he owe him. And then on top of that, a lot of the shoes went missing, and he ain't got like they're not keeping track of these shoes. I'm like, y'all don't have like a book of all the shoes that you have so you can keep track of if anything fucking happen, because that's not your property. What if somebody gives it like a real lawsuit? Because like me, I'm mad as shit. My brother is mad as shit too. But at the same extent, we only got like 4 or 5 pair of shoes in there. I mean, it's still bullshit, but we don't have that much to lose. There's people that got their entire collections in there. It's people that got Yeezys in there worth $5,000. A couple people had Air Max in there worth $7,000. So like, it's people that got shit in there that got more to lose than we do. So imagine how their reaction is and what they're gonna do, where they capable of. So fast forward to today, these time I seen when I found them receipts, I just happened to go on Google and try to Google the Soul Control. Of course, it didn't pop up. Like certain stuff popped up about it, but the actual site didn't pop up. So that's when I seen a Nike Talk link, and I clicked on it and said Soul Control closing, and I seen all these posts from all these different people saying the same exact thing. And I went the deep. I started look. One of these guys was like explaining his story and saying that he pre-ordered a pair of shoes in January, and come to find out April that the store was closed, and it said, I can't remember what it said. Like it basically had like that shit wasn't up there when I went there, but they supposedly put something on the door that said closed. You have to call for an appointment or email some shit, and that was the same bullshit they gave me, and they turned their email off, and of course they turned the phone off, and like nobody could get in contact with this dude. So one of the dudes found him on Instagram, which I don't know how he did, because when I looked for his page again, like he terminated the page and the Soul Control page, and he said he got a hold of the dude and talked to him, and he said that dude was like, he can't pay him his money back. The dude was like, he probably got so much, he probably filed for bankruptcy, probably like in a hole for almost millions of dollars and shit. So basically, even if he was to pay everybody their money back and give them back their shoes and shit, his reputation is fucked for life. Like, it's no way you can get out of that. Like, and that's just like a bad taste in my mouth with me trying to get my own sneaker shop. Cause that shit, that's the first time I seen the bad side of having a consignment shop. Cause you gotta remember, this is not your property. So like, it's not like I would figure you don't have insurance on these shoes because they're not yours. Like, like big chain stores like Foot Locker and all that shit, they gotta have insurance on these shoes in case something happened, like a robbery or something, or somebody steals them on a truck. They probably have insurance on all that shit. And plus, they're not taking a real loss because the shoes basically already paid for because they pay wholesale prices for the shoes and charge us a premium. So 9 out of 10, they may take a hit, but they're not taking a hit like this dude taking because he didn't buy the shoes off the motherfuckers for retail and then flip them for resale value. They basically sell the shoes for you, and they just take a small percentage. That's like me selling a shoe for somebody, and I want to be paid for my time. Like if I sell a shoe for $300-$400, and you only pay $150 for it, yo, cut me $50 for selling the shoes for you. You sold them for $150. You bought them for $150. You sold them for $400. You give me $50, $350. You basically made like what? $200 profit. Like $50 not gonna kill you. It's the same thing. So that's why I said I don't even know if I want to do this sneaker store shit. And if I do, it's probably gonna have to be like Nike accounts and Reebok accounts, which is like damn near impossible. It's the hardest shit to do. It just makes me reevaluate and really rethink what the hell I want to do if I even still want to do this shit. That's just one aspect. So the second aspect is when I actually got to SneakerCon. I still had shit to sell, but it just wasn't much shit as I wanted to sell. And SneakerCon, like I still love sneaker events and shit, but it's not like how it was when I went to my first two. My first two was like the best experience ever. Like nowadays, like SneakerCon is like a complete business. It's not a full event experience no more. It's not fun no more. I remember I was watching one of ZX's videos, ZX0712, like a while back, and he was saying he don't even do sneaker events no more because for one, he tired of doing them because he hosted his own ones, and he was going to like sneaker events almost every weekend because he live in Florida, so it's like the perfect area where they have all like the big shows. So he said he was getting tired of doing them because like it's not even fun anymore. I ain't even been to that many. I only go to really sneaker cons. The only other one I've been to was Soul Exchange, but I went to one in Philly and it wasn't that big. It was super small. So I say, because I only go to the one in DC and New York all the time because they're the closest one. But I'm trying to go to one in Miami. We were supposed to go. Me and my lady were supposed to go to one in Miami for Soul Exchange. We had found the date super early and all that shit. But like things happened, like my personal life like came up. I didn't have like time to do it, so we scrapped it. So that's if I do another sneaker event, that's probably what I do. I go to one super out of town. But I've been to like the one in DC like 3 or 4 times. I went to New York twice, so I've been to like 5, 6 shows. But it's all like the same thing, same place, same show. But it's like the more and more I did them, the more they changed. The first one I went in DC, it was like not super small, but it was kind of small. It was just like more people than they expected. So the next time with DC, they had it at a convention center right next to like where the Ravens play. And then the first time I went to New York, they had it at this convention center, like it was like a basketball convention center, and like it was fair. Like it wasn't super packed. It was packed, but it wasn't packed as the one I just went to. So basically, every year, SneakerCon got bigger, and it's crazy because Soul Exchange. I don't know if it's as big, but Soul Exchange has so much more shit to offer. They have contests. They have like raffles for shoes. They throw away free clothes. They having celebrity performances. Like every sneaker con I've been to is just like you basically just selling and buying and trading shoes. That's it. Nothing different. You may catch a celebrity here and there, but that's it. And they just become bigger and bigger every time. So this last one I went to, this had to be by far the biggest one I've been to. Um, it was at I forgot the name of the center, but it's supposed it's like the biggest center in New York that they have for like car shows and shit. And that line was like so long, it was wrapped around the entire building, but like everybody was getting in super quick because like I guess because how big the area. And the crazy part is, we wasn't even the event wasn't even in like on the main floor of the building. It was in the basement. That's how fucking big that place was. And so it's like so big now and like such a business now that like they don't even allow you to walk around or set up like an area to sell your shoes. They have an actual area for that. It's called the trading pit. They didn't used to have that when I first started going. Like, I guess they got so sick and tired of people not paying that they don't pay for tables, try to set up little spots for their shoes that they gave you your own area to deal with that shit. And it's so hectic in there, man. Like, and it's like you can barely fucking move, like like as if you're in a club or some shit. So we finally found a spot, and like it took me so long to sell these shoes, and it was killing me because I was like, I had some heat that well everybody considered heat, and I had it for dirt. I was lowballing myself. I had Bordeaux, like 2011 Bordeaux's, and I was only selling for like 150. I mean, give or take, they were used a little bit, but they wasn't used to the point like they're like the paint wasn't chipping at all. I mean, maybe like a wrinkle here and there. Like they was in great condition for that fucking price. I think that was like the only shoe I actually sold for the price I asked. I'm trying. I don't want to give you every shoe I had because it's. I don't even remember all the fucking shoes I sold, but I'm just trying to remember like all the shoes that I sold that was like real sought after. Shit, I really don't. I really don't remember. Oh, I sold the Mellow ones. I sold them shits for 1 fucking 20. I wore them twice. I paid like 160 for them shits. And niggas like one thing I hate about when you sell shoes, you see the price. Like you not, it's damn near impossible to find shoes for that price, this time and age, in that condition. Only worn twice, no signs of fucking wear, no creases at all. I don't know how the bottom has no stains on it at all, and I sold the bitch for 120, and you still got the nerve to ask me, well, can I see the inside? Were these worn? Could I see the other shoe? I hate when people do that shit. Like, you see the fucking price. You see I got everything that comes with the shoe is there. Why are you like, why do sneakerheads have to examine every nook and cranny of a fucking shoe? It annoys me. And that's why I said like selling shoes is starting to become irritating because I ain't never had to deal with that shit. Then it's because of this fake shit, right? So, they got the legit check booth and all other bullshit. But this is when I found out like what's the point about authentics anymore is that I had my nephew with me, and I ain't like really hung with him in a long time. Like y'all seen the video I had when he was real little. He's like 10, 11. And now he might be younger than that, like 8 or something like that, and he was showing his little collection. Well, he still had all them shoes from that video, and he's like 14 now, and he got all these shoes that he can't fit no more. I gave him a couple pair of mine that I don't really wear no more because he can damn near wear my size. So I'm like, well, what you doing with all these shoes that you're not wearing? He's like, I don't know, I just keep them around. I said, so why don't you just sell them? He's like, nobody's gonna buy them. I'm like, look, I'm trying to tell you, like, people will buy those. Like women wear sneakers like heavily now. It's still men that's my age that wear like a size 7 or a size 8. Like you can move these shoes. You may not move them for like what your dad paid for them, but you can make a little piece of change in your pocket. This nigga had Columbia's that he couldn't fit no more. The nigga had fucking Chicago 10s he couldn't fit no more. Like he had a couple shoes that like was still in good condition he could sell. So he didn't want to take them off. So I said, well, just take your Columbia's. You can at least make at least 150 off them. They was 200 when your dad bought them because they was like an 8.5, and like I mean they worn a little bit, but you still can get at least if not 150, $100 off them easy. Like I still think they was worth 150, but like if you just want that quick sale, just sell them for 100. So what happened was he shot something 150 and nobody was really buying them or budging. I said as soon as I said $100, 3-4 people came up. So they looked at them, bull, just looked at them, tried them on, and mind you, listen to the keyword. He tried them on, sold them for $100, whatever, right? I said about half an hour later, dude came back and was like, I got a question. Why these shoes don't have no insole? So I'm laughing to myself and I'm like, how the fuck you checked this shoe for I don't know how long and you didn't notice it didn't have an insole? But whatever. So he's looking around. I'm like, dude, you know damn well if that shoe ain't got no insole in it, then you're not gonna find it nowhere. You don't have it. So dude wanted the refund. And I said, look, mind you, that's his name. I said that happens once and it don't happen again. Somebody buy that shoe off you, you tell these motherfuckers all sales final. Check and examine that shoe before you fucking get it. So that was strike one that pissed me off because I think basically he just thought since there was no insole that he considered that, oh well, the shoe is fake because he ain't got no insoles in it. I don't know. Like I don't really do this how you like this sneaker shit as much as I used to no more. So I'm not hip on every single thing no more. So my brother was selling shoes, right? Had a pair of Aunt Pearls. Which number is that? I think they on the 8s now or some shit. I don't know which number it is. Hold on. That's the 5. That's 7s. Okay, my fault. The KD 7s. I think he ain't even fucking tried the shits on. He paid like $230 for them because he paid for resale. Tried to offer them for like I think 180. Nobody was budging. He got somebody to trade because I think he had a big foot because he wear 12. Nobody was really budging. Got the boy to trade with him for a size 10 and a half because the boy needed 12, and I think all he made off it was 150. It's ridiculous. We getting beat in the head for brand new shoes and people still thinking like it's just the way they act. Like I'm like, if I'm charging you $300-400, I get it. You can examine and like check every nook and cranny you want because I'm overcharging you. But if I'm lowballing myself and you still gotta go through all that examination bullshit, I'm at the point like just get the fuck away from me, man. Like I don't even want your money, like because that just irritates the hell out of me. Like I'm doing you a favor because I'm giving you lowball prices. So the last straw for me was my brother. He sold a pair of Toro 4s because he only bought them because his girl had them and they wanted to match or some shit. I don't know. But he sold them for like 140. He only wore them once. I said an hour later, the bull came back like, yo, these is fake. Something. I'm getting my blood pressure is boiling because I'm like I hate hearing that shit. Like if I'm wearing a pair of unauthorized or a pair of fakes and you call me out, I'm gonna say okay, they're fake. What you gonna do? You gonna beat my ass? You gonna talk shit because I'm wearing a fake? Or you wearing a fake? Get off my dick. I just hate that when people get mad at you for wearing a fake and you say it's a fake. Like if it don't hurt you, why is it hurting another person? I don't fucking get it. But I'm like, okay, you're saying they're fake. Tell me what's fake about it. Oh, look at the midsole right here. See the black is not all black. It's a little gray right there. You see, you don't believe me? Like, we can take it to the legit check if you want to. I'm like, dude, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I know the shoes is real off the strength of he got the shoes from me because I told you I have a connect that literally works at a licensed fucking retail sneaker store. It's a chain store. I'm not gonna say which chain store it is because I'm not snitching, but just know that he works at an actual sneaker store like a Foot Locker or some shit like that. Like where though they have way multiple stores. They ain't a mom and pop's store. I wish the nigga would have kept the receipt in the damn box. But I mean, at these days, they can make fake receipts or whatever the case may be. So I just got mad. I said, yo man, fuck this nigga. Give him his money back, man. Cause I'm like, give him his money back. Cause I'm at the point I'm about to slap the shit out of this bull. Straight up, get the fuck away from us. And I like they was literally like selling out their little bit of shoes like right next to me. I said, yo, move y'all shit. I promise you, move y'all shit. It's gonna be a fucking problem. Just move because I'm getting pissed the fuck off. Cause it's like this. Everybody talks shit about people who wear fakes and unauthorized. When the truth of the matter is, a lot of these people was buying fakes back then because they couldn't afford the real ones, or they couldn't get their hands on the real ones, or they wasn't making the real ones no more. When in actuality nowadays, oh, they're high quality fakes, they're in all price, whatever the fuck they are. I consider them as just real sneakers not sold in stores. Because when I watch these videos of real versus fake, how to spot a fake and all this other shit, I learn this shit. I find out that, like, what are y'all really telling me that much difference except for like minuscule shit? Oh, the red's off a tiny bit. Oh, the back shape of the shoe is different. Like, the shit you're telling me is shit that I will never know from the naked eye. I would literally have to have an authentic right next to it. But with the super reps, like, I don't need a real shoe next to it to tell that it's fake. Like, you can just look at that shit by itself. I could be half asleep and look and tell that shit is fake. But these days, I don't know the difference. And like, honestly, I really don't fucking care. Like, I'm almost 30 fucking years old. I got family to fucking worry about. And I don't have time to be arguing with kids and grown men about fucking shoes when we're not the ones making money off of it. The ones making money off of it is Nike, Jordan Brand, and all these other brands that sell the damn shoes. And they laughing at us like we stupid as hell because we're arguing about fucking nonsense. Whether we buy unauthorized real ones, fakes, they still get their profit. Now, that's the reason why probably Jordan Brand, whoever else, don't really go so hard about these fakes. Because I was just watching on Complex that Jordan actually sued one of these Chinese brands overseas for actually making his shoes and just putting their actual logo on it. So he lost. So what the fuck? But I'll get back to you later because I'm getting pissed off. But rate, comment, subscribe, all that good shit.